You're listening to the Talk Rocks Sign. You're listening to the Talk Rocks. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, you're listening to the Talk Rocks Sign. You're listening to the Talk Rocks. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. We got another day to get some things right that we didn't have quite right on yesterday. So, what I need you to do for me, you guys, is to go ahead and share the live for me. I got a little bit of information that I want to give, and I want to make sure that everybody get that information. The other thing is not only share the live, but go ahead and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know that this message is a little bit late, but it's kind of tied into Mother's Day, and I want to talk to some mothers who are discouraged, um, who is a little bit in pain. And I just want to remind you that God gives you what you need when you need it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on today. I'm gonna tell you just my testimony. Um, and oh boy, you guys, it's a rough morning for me, but just bear with me. Just go ahead, please, ma'am, please, sir. We're gonna just take out a moment just to share the live. I want everybody to have the opportunity to get a word of encouragement, so that we can go just a little bit further. Uh, and we know that we are on our journey, and every now and again, we have to even remind ourselves that uh, we have to remind ourselves that we have permission and authority to live an abundant life. It doesn't matter what is going on in our lives. It doesn't matter who's acting right, who's not acting right. Um, it just matters that God loves us, and He will definitely give us what we need when we need it. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but every now and again, things fall apart. Every now and again, things don't go the way that we expect it to go. Every now and again, people let us down. And we talked about last week about shattered expectations. We expect our children to be a certain way. We expect our significant other, our husbands, our wives to be a certain way, and we expect ourselves to be a certain way. And sometimes we will even let ourselves down, or others will let us down. But the truth of the matter is this: God is still good, and He'll still give you what you need. So when I'm looking over my life, I'll tell you what happened on Mother's Day for me. I am a mother. Um, and on Mother's Day, I woke up and I was wondering why my children hadn't contacted me. I didn't realize that my daughter had came by and left me something on the step, and I didn't hear from my son. So I just go throughout my day, and uh, my my husband had given me a gift the day before. Um, But there were some shattered expectations. But I am so thankful and so grateful that God still continues to look beyond all my faults and provide my needs. And I want to talk a little bit about my own testimony. And for some that don't know my testimony, and the portion of my testimony is linked to Mother's Day. My mother is gone on to glory, but I'm a mother. But unfortunately, I didn't always make the best choices. So when I was married to my first husband, I had my firstborn son, Devon Crutchfield, who, if you've been following me, sometimes he's my co-host on the show. And because of some things that transpired in that marriage, I lost my son. And he was raised by his grandparents. And I just want to let some mothers know that we don't have to beat ourselves up when we are not the best mothers that we wish we would have been. And that your relationship can be restored. And the good thing is that I looked at my email, and I received an email from my son, and it was the most beautiful email. And it let me know that my son, who's now 36 years old, is not holding grudges because I got on drugs and I lost him, and he was raised by his grandparent. But the thing that I saw in the letter the most was he said, "Mom, I'm proud of the woman that you've become." And so I said that to say this, that God gives us what we need. And if you're in the room today, I need you to let me know that you're in the room. Because some of us are beating ourselves up because we haven't been the best that we can be. We haven't been the best wife. We haven't been the best husband. We haven't been the best friend. We haven't been the best sister. We haven't been the best brother. And we're beating ourselves up, but God is giving us what we need in this season. He's given us a word that we should let go and let God. God gives us what we need if we just look around and see the blessings of God that's on your life, even with the mistakes that you've made. And if we want to become the men and the women of God that He already called and ordained us to be, if we want to walk in the abundant life that He has given us permission and authority to walk in, it is a process, but it's obtainable. We have to get real with ourselves, get real with others, let others know when we're hurting. When we have shattered expectations, we have to learn how to communicate, and so that we can get past it, because the enemy tried to keep us in bondage by our past pain and our past guilt and shame. I don't know about you, but if you got up this morning, and you have breath in your body, then God is giving you what you need. He's giving you a new day. You need a new day. I needed a new day today to start over. I needed a new day to do an assessment within myself, to get past my past guilt, my past shame, my past mistakes, my past failures. God gave us what we needed when we were able to wake up this morning and look around and everybody was doing good. That doesn't mean that relationships won't fail. That doesn't mean that sometimes your money won't be funny, your change strange. That doesn't mean that everything is gonna go in your favor. I know for me, I am a giver by nature. I know for me, I mostly outgive everybody in my circle. Because when I give from the heart. And when I love hard. But that also means for those of us who are people who give our all, that sometimes we're going to be hurt. Sometimes we're going to be let down. Sometimes our expectations will be shattered. But if we take our eyes off of people and put our eyes on God where it belongs, then we can make it through the hurt, the shattered expectations, when people let us down, when people talk about you, when people don't understand your vision, your hopes, and your dreams. When you think that you're on a team, and then you wake up one day and nobody seems to be on your side. When folk let you down, when divorce comes, when separation comes, when people go on to be with glory and you become hurt. God gives us what we need because he says that he is Jehovah Jireh, the God that provides. He says that he's Jehovah Shalom, the God of peace. So as I encourage myself this morning, I want to encourage you to latch on to God and allow him to provide your peace, your joy, your strength, your resilience, your forgiveness. Allow him to provide those things, because that's what allows us to heal. That's what allows us to walk in an abundant life. God said that he will give us more than we could ever ask or think. So I don't know about you, but this Mother's Day that passed, it was a little rough one. Even on yesterday, my son, who passed away in 2016, it was his birthday yesterday. But God gave me what I needed, because my son, who is still here, the one that I lost during the time that I was on drugs and not doing what I needed to do as a mother, that son wrote me a letter and said, "Mom, I'm proud of you." We need to look for the little bitty things that pushes us into greatness. See, the enemy points out the little bitty things that tear you down, but God points out the little bitty blessings that build us up. So whereas the enemy showed me something this morning that tore me down, God came right back and showed me the letter from my son that actually built me up. We have to recognize and know and understand that God is still in control. We have to know, understand, and recognize that when our house is on fire and we don't know what to do, God knows. God knows what we need when we need it. I am emotional this morning, but I walk in truth and transparency. And the truth of the matter is, no matter how saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost we are, no matter how anointed you are, problems still will arise. Your heart will be broken. People will still talk about you. People will still walk off from you. People will still play like they love you and don't. People will still try to shoot down your hopes and your dreams. But God still gives us what we need when we need it. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm asking God, why? Why me? Why do I have to be motherless? Why do I have to be in the line of fire all the time? But I am thankful this morning. And let me straighten this out too. I'm not sad. I'm being rejuvenated. Somebody say rejuvenate me. God rejuvenate me when other folk have cast me out and have counted me out. God continue to remind me how blessed I am that I got another day to get some things right. How blessed I am that God loves me. Rejuvenate me, God. It's funny that sometimes we think that because we're saved, because we are part of the kingdom, that we won't have problems and issues. And the reason why so many of us stay stuck is because we can't get real with ourselves and say, I'm still hurt by my childhood trauma. I'm still hurt by past failures and past resentment. I'm still holding on to unforgiveness. I'm still not able to walk in truth and transparency. But I'm here to tell you today, that's how we stay healed. And me being open and honest with others enables others to stand in their truth. And because some of us stay stuck, then the ones that God have assigned to you will stay stuck also. When you're walking around acting like you're on cloud 9 every day and you're broken on the inside, that's hurting you, not helping you. Now, I know that everybody's not like me and you're not able to just share everything. But you need to get it on the outside. So when I'm talking about God giving me what I need in this moment, I'm talking about I didn't even realize that I was still holding on to my past failure as a mother. And it being Mother's Day and not realizing that I still had some resentment towards myself because I was smoking dope when I should have been a mother. And I just tucked that down on the inside of me. I don't know about you. I don't know what your past failures or letdowns, your shame, your guilt is. But sometimes we have to assess ourselves. And so I guess since I wouldn't assess my own self as far as motherhood, then God had to do it for me. So on this past Mother's Day, I had to look at my own self and say, I wasn't the best mother. But then God turned right around and put it into the heart of my son to write me a letter. This is a lengthy letter, but I want to share it with you because it really blessed me. I was going through some other stuff at the time on Mother's Day, the weekend. I was coming off of a spiritual high from being in DC with Beauty Behind Bars, and then I came home and there was some things going on, and then Mother's Day come. And so the enemy was trying to trick me because my mother's gone on to glory. So he was, well, you motherless. But the truth of the matter is God said that he'll be a mother to the motherless. So I didn't listen to the enemy when he was trying to put that in my spirit. So then he went on to say, but you wasn't no kind of mother yourself to your children back in the day. But God said, I know what she need. On this Mother's Day, I know what she need, and I'm going to give it to her. And it was given to me by my firstborn for Mother's Day. Here it is. I'm going to try to read it without crying. It says, Dear Mom, when I think about the journey we have embarked on together, I am reminded of a quote that I find remarkably fitting. It's not about how you start, but how you finish. Our story may have begun in a challenging and unexpected way because I lost my son, you guys, when he was 4. But it's the incredible transformation, unwavering determination, and deep love that have shaped our path together that I cherish the most. Looking back, it's clear that our lives have been anything but ordinary. We've navigated some tumultuous seas, weathered some pretty harsh storms, and yet here we are. You once shackled by hardships in life have now become a beacon of hope and a symbol of transformation for so many around you. I want you to know, Mom, how much I admire your tenacity and your ability to arise above adversity. This is my son writing to me. Every step you took towards reclaiming your life served as a testament to your strength and determination. Your journey from prison to law clerk to being a successful entrepreneur is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Your indomitable spirit has not only proved the skeptics wrong, but also reshaped our relationship and our lives in unimaginable ways. You are a testament to the power of belief, hard work, and an unwavering will. You remind me that no matter how dark the tunnel may seem, there is always a light at the end of it. I see so much of you in me, Mom. We share an entrepreneurial spirit, a love of laughter, and a zest for life that others find infectious. We know how to weather the storms and with a smile, how to turn a setback into a comeback, and how to make the most of every moment. Your optimism, your joy, your laughter, they have been the soundtrack of our journey together. And your ability to forgive, to love, to connect with people from all walks of life is a trait that commands admiration. Even my grandpa, that's who raised him, can't help but acknowledge the beautiful transformation you underwent. Your calls and visits to him, despite the years and circumstances, because there was bad blood between us, are a testament to your forgiving and loving nature. The prison ministry you started and your ability to have open conversations about faith without judgment is a quality that I deeply respect. You have a unique ability to make everyone feel accepted and loved for who they are, even when their beliefs differ from your own. It is a beautiful trait and one that has made our conversation so much more enriching. I can't help but think about my aunt and how our differences in spiritual beliefs created a chasm that was never bridged. It is in these moments that I truly appreciate the bond that you and I share, where our differences do not divide us, but rather make our relationship stronger. Our bond has only grown over the years, and I want to thank you for all the effort you put in to strengthening our relationship. Despite the initial distance and the fact that my grandparents raised me, you never gave up. You kept pushing, reaching out, trying to create a bond, and I'm so grateful for that. Today, our relationship feels balanced, strong, and full of love. Mom, you light up my life in ways I can't put into words. Your laughter, your optimism, and your love make my days brighter. As you grow older, your spirit seems to grow younger, bringing joy and laughter into our lives and in the most unexpected ways. Watching you as a grandmother to my little girls fills my heart with so much joy. This is my baby writing me this. I want you to know that there is no room in my heart for resentment or hurt for our past. We have both grown and evolved so much. What was once a source of pain has turned into a wellspring of strength and inspiration. I am so proud of you, Mom. Proud of the person that you've become, proud of the relationship we've built, and proud to call you my mother. On this Mother's Day, I want to tell you that I love you, not just for who you are now, but for the journey you've taken, for the battles you fought and won, and for the woman you've become. You've shown me that it's never too late to turn a new leaf, to start over, and to make a difference. As we continue to create new memories, I look forward to the future, knowing that it's not about how we started, but how we choose to continue this journey. I am grateful to have you by my side, Mom. Here's to many more years of love, laughter, and a bond that only grows stronger with time. Your loving child, D. So, I'm saying that in this letter from my son for Mother's Day, if we just look at the little signs that God gives us when we need them. God is so good, and all we need to do, and I'm telling you, I do my best to practice what I preach and teach here on the Talk Box. And this letter from my son, my firstborn, reminds me that that's exactly what I do and what I encourage you to do. So if you're going through any pain right now, if you are hurt, broke, busted, disgusted, you got to do what my life have shown him to do and what God is reminding me to continue to do through the letter from my son. That means we got to keep pushing. We got to keep going. We got to keep striving for that abundant life that God has given us permission to live. If you got to leave some folk, leave them behind. If you got to cut ties, cut ties. If you got to get in the mirror and smack on your own self, then that's what you need to do. Because you have permission and authority to live an abundant life. I have permission. So we don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay stuck if you just look around, because when we got up this morning, we had another day. We can do some things different. We can give out forgiveness instead of harboring mess and junk. We can be thankful. We can look at the glass as being half full instead of half empty. God is saying to us in this season, this is your season, baby. We can't grow weary in our well-doing. We have to continue to push past the pain, the problems, the pressures of life, and pursue the promise. Pursue the abundant life that God has given you to live. And this letter from my son, it touched me and it blessed me so much, because I didn't realize that I was still harboring unforgiveness towards my own self, wondering, because there's been so much death around, and what's been going on in my head is, when I die, is it gonna make a difference to the child that I lost? Is my relationship with him actually mended? And then God said, I know what she needs. She needs to hear it from her son. And did you hear the letter? The letter said, if you missed it, go back and rewatch this and listen to the letter that my son wrote to me for Mother's Day. The son that I lost because of the decisions that I made. He reassured me today. And I'm reassuring you that we can forgive ourselves today. We can forgive ourselves if we haven't been the best wife, the best husband, the best mother, the best friend. Forgive yourself so that you can be healed. You know, some of us don't even realize that we're holding on to hurt, to shame and guilt. I've told my testimony about how when my uncle was molesting me when I was a little girl, and how while and during the molestation, he would tell me that I'm unlovable, that I was that's what I was made for. And the reason he was doing me like that is because I was ugly, and because I was unlovable, and those things sunk in. And so now when people show that characteristic of being unloving, sometimes it'll spark up old feelings if we're not careful. So I want to encourage everyone on today. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and walk in the abundant life that you have permission to live. I feel good today. Yes, Richard, you are definitely right. Forgiveness is the key. So just remember, every day above ground is a good day. It's a day that God gives us so that we have the opportunity to do some things different than we did on yesterday. Get some things right that wasn't right on yesterday. We have a chance and a choice. So I want to encourage everybody to walk in forgiveness and walk in truth and transparency, so that we can be healed, so that we can be delivered, so that we don't have to stay stuck. And I want to say to the mothers, happy Mother's Day. Don't beat yourself up. You can't go back in the past and change anything, but you can start going forward and build forward. And if by chance you are having issues with a spouse or a child or sibling or whoever it might be, if they can't receive your forgiveness, then don't beat yourself up about that either. God said, if they don't receive you, dust your feet and go into another direction. So remember, God will give you what you need when you need it. I want to remind you to make sure that you are subscribing to my YouTube channel. And starting next week, I'm going to be on a different platform. I have a lot of great guests lined up for you. And we're gonna just enjoy our journey to abundant living. So this is your girl here on the Talk Box. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless you, and you have a great day.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, you're listening to the Talk Box beside. You're listening to the Talk Box. Let's talk about it.